This is question 19 on the foundation calculator paper. Let's read the question first. The question says, the pie chart shows information about the time Jill spent working in her garden 1 month. So we've got cutting grass, planting, digging, weeding. They've got 3 angles in there, an angle missing. Right, that's going to be no problem because I know the angles in a full turn add up to 360, so I could always work out the missing angle. They might want me to do that. Part A. What fraction of time did Jill spend cutting grass? So, what fraction of time? But the fraction of time is going to be the same as the fraction of the whole pie chart. And for cutting grass, that was 40 degrees. And that's 40 degrees out of a full turn, as I said before, is 360 degrees. So, yep, that is going to be the fraction. And because they haven't said anything about simplifying it, just write 40 over 360 degrees in my answer space, and that's going to be adequate enough to get 4 marks for this. Let's look at part B. Okay, in part B, the question says, Jill spent 7 hours weeding. How much time did Jill spend planting? So, if she spent 7 hours weeding, how much time did she spend planting? Alright, for this, I need to go back to the pie chart, and let's have a look here. Alright, so weeding is this section of the pie chart, and it accounts for 7 hours. So she spent 7 hours weeding. Now, I don't know what that angle is. I need to work out that angle. I'm going to go back down to the answer space for part B to do that. And if you made a note of the angles, I could see the angles here. So to work out angle for weeding, I know the full turn is 360 degrees, and from that I'm going to take away 40 and then 80 and then 100. Okay, and because those are the angles for cutting grass, planting and digging. And just in the interest of haste and the fact that this is a calculator paper and I'm allowed to use the calculator, I'm going to do it all on the calculator. 360 take away 40, take away 80, take away 100, and that is going to give me 140. So for that section on weeding, that's 140 degrees. Now, weeding, as I said, Jill spent 7 hours. 7 hours weeding. What they want to know is how much time did she spend planting. Okay, so I need to use proportions here. 7 hours stands for 140 degrees. Now, I could see 1 hour is going to be 140 divided by 7. And I don't need my calculator for that. 7 goes into 14 twice. 7 would go into 140 20 times. So 1 hour will mean 20 degrees. But planting, if I go back to the pie chart, the section on planting was 80 degrees. So if planting was 80 degrees, so how many times 20 is going to be 80? 4 times. Yep, so 4 times 20 is 80. 4 times 1. In other words, 4 hours. I don't need to write hours there, it's already written. So it's just 4. In fact, I'm going to put a line through that and write it clearly. 4 hours. So a bit of a challenging one. This is 3 marks. So you have to work forwards and then backwards. But what I did was, first of all, work out the angle for the section weeding. That was 140 degrees. They've told me that 7 hours was spent weeding. So 1 hour, if 7 hours stands for 140 degrees, 1 hour is going to stand for 20 degrees. The section on planting was 80 degrees. So how many lots of 20 make 80? That's 4 lots. So that's going to be 4 hours. Make sure you go over this a couple of times, understand it fully, make sure you're able to do it yourself and get full marks.